Hey guys, it's me, Kenzie Taylor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe. And like and comment and enjoy the sauce.
Hi, I'm Avery Jane, and you're watching The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. New episodes every Tuesday. Let's see. First pro scene was for Evolved Fights. It's I don't know if you know, like the sex wrestling.
It's like legit, like actual wrestling.
It's actual wrestling.
It's not a joke. Like it's real.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah.
Like if you watch any of my scenes for Evolved, I'm like out of breath, dying, like getting my neck bent in half, like trying so hard to like win a match. And you know, the whole point of it too is like you're supposed to like, you know, wrestle and then the winner fucks the loser. So at the end, like you get a sex scene. So it's really about like that build up.
It's like an anger fuck each time, I feel like. I would get super like
I laugh.
Really? I'd get super angry because I'm like super competitive. I'd be like, oh, you're going down. And then the girl's like, but wait. Yeah. I'm like so competitive. Like you'd suplex me and I'd be like, oh, I got to suplex you 3 times. Damn it. Fucking
slamming people.
They're like, what the fuck am I watching here? WrestleMania or a porn? Like I'm just like... Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. Today my guest is adult film star and content creator Avery Jane. Hi.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Well, you're looking wonderful.
Thank you.
Coming in here with your dress and heels on, I was like, oh my goodness.
I know, I looked cute today.
I feel so underdressed. You're very big. You look like such a businesswoman.
This was all for you.
Oh, I love it.
Usually I wear sweatpants, but I was like, I'm going to look presentable today.
You were like, I'm on YouTube. I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm on YouTube. I'm in a hoodie and leggings. Ridiculous. So, Avery, where are you from?
I am originally from Louisiana, but I've been in Los Angeles now for over a decade. So someone told me that now I'm like an official Los Angelonian, and so now I feel like I have to say I'm from
Los
LA.
Angelonian.
I think that's how we say it.
I've never heard that before.
That's what we are.
Somebody said the same thing to me because I've lived here for like a long time. They said like past 5 years or something you're good.
Right.
So I just say I'm from here, but
Yeah.
born and raised Michigan, but
Okay.
Louisiana. Okay. So you moved from Louisiana to here how many years ago?
About 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been working in the adult industry? Making sexy videos and photos.
Well, let's see. Overall, I've been in the adult industry for about like 9 years in different like facets of it, but I've been doing like adult film for 3.
Okay. What did you first start with? You said you had a few different things.
I've done like webcamming. I stripped for a few years before adult. I've worked in retail at like adult stores.
Where they soon will have FEELZ by Kenzie Taylor. Go to feelzbykenzie.com. Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm imagining Christian's face because I'm constantly plugging my company. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I used to be a manager at Hustler Hollywood, where they sell lube and should sell
FEELZ. Love it. Continue on, Avery. I'm loving this already.
But yeah, I did like a little bit of everything. I even was like on the board of directors for Sex Workers Outreach Project, LA chapter. So I've just done so much in like every part of sex work.
That's really cool. What did your, I guess, job or duties entail when you were on the sex worker board? Is that how you?
Yeah, I guess the board.
Yeah.
You know, we'd host like monthly meetings and kind of like organize, figure out what steps we needed to take for, you know, up until the next meeting.
Yeah.
A lot of meetings, a lot of organizing, a lot of planning, a lot of events, a lot of planning the events and then performing in the events.
You sound like you'd be an incredible assistant.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm good at organizing and planning. So essentially like an event and party planner, but for like a good cause.
Pretty much.
Something that you believe in.
Pretty much. And then I got into porn, and now I'm like, yay, I'm an editor, and I'm, also, I'm pretty much everything at this point.
You're a woman of many hats.
Exactly.
Yes.
So many hats.
Love that. Love hats. What's your favorite kind of hat? I personally like Abe Lincoln hats, but what about you?
Abe Lincoln hats. I like beanies.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. So if you were to choose a different career field prior to the sex industry, what would you have chosen, or what were you doing, I guess, beforehand?
Beforehand, I was just kind of wandering around lost from job to job. I didn't really have like a clear career path, but I feel like if I could have done like anything else prior to this, I don't know. I feel like it's cliche to say like I wanted to be a therapist, because I feel like only crazy people want to be therapists, but I would have wanted to be a therapist.
No, I disagree. I think that's really cool, because not a lot of people actually want to do that, because you, not saying you're not, but in my opinion of what I've experienced, a lot of therapists, they're not super empathetic, so they're able to help their patient by not soaking in basically all the depression or sadness or anger that they're basically being told, or however you want to put it. You know what I mean?
I would have failed as a therapist. Yeah. I'm so sensitive. It would have been terrible. Day one on the job, and I would have called my mom crying and be like, I quit and fuck this degree.
You're like, you don't even understand. This guy told me he thought I was ugly, and then he started crying about his dead cat, and I don't know.
I just have to tell him to breathe.
Woosah. Okay, well, and now look, you full circle. You can be a therapist in a porno.
That is
How
true.
about that?
That is true.
What is your first pro scene that you ever did?
Let's see. First pro scene was for Evolved Fights. It's
Okay.
I don't know if you know like the sex wrestling.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it or whatever, but I've heard of it.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's like legit, like actual wrestling.
It's actual
not
wrestling.
It's not a joke. Like it's real.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah.
Like if you watch any of my scenes for Evolved, I'm like out of breath, dying, like getting my neck bent in half, like trying so hard to like win a match. And the whole point of it too is like you're supposed to like wrestle, and then the winner fucks the loser. So at the end, like you get a sex scene. So it's really about like that build up.
It's like an anger fuck each time. I feel like I would get super like.
I laugh.
Really? I'd get super angry because I'm like super competitive. I'd be like, "Oh, you're going down," like, and then the girl's like, "But wait, yeah."
Oh no, I'm like a giggly competitor. So the entire time I'm like in a chokehold, laughing, like trying to like. Win.
I'm like so competitive. Like you'd suplex me, and I'd be like, "Oh, I gotta suplex you 3 times. Damn it!" Fucking
slamming people.
They're like, what the fuck am I watching here? WrestleMania or a porn? Like, I'm just like, what's happening? So have you won and lost, or have you won all of yours, or have you been the loser?
I can't even remember how many times I've been on Evolved Fights, and they have Evolved Les, which is like the lesbian version.
Evolved Les?
Evolved Les.
Interesting.
Yes, and I have lost every single one of my matches.
See, Avery, I'm telling you, you got to be competitive. Join that winner's circle, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get there so hard. So hard. I keep asking her, I'm like, can you just book me with like a little turning around?
Come on, man.
Come on, give me a break.
Don't put me with someone that's my size or larger. I need a very petite girl that I can, just sleeper hold.
Right.
Yes.
Just want one win.
Well, I'm manifesting that for you. A win with an awesome sex scene.
Thank you. Thank you. I deserve that.
So, I guess, who's your favorite person that you think, like performer-wise or director or whatever, that you've met so far in the adult industry?
Just like in general, who's my favorite person?
Like, yeah, like in general, like that you've met that's inspired you, or you just kind of, look up to them, if any. I know sometimes it's like,
There's kind of, I think it's a lot. That's the thing. I'm like, there's a
you
lot.
you can name a couple.
Can name a couple?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and name Kira Noir. Our Miss Female Performer of the Year.
Yes.
That's definitely inspiring.
Yes.
Hella inspiring. And then of course Anna Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? There's a few directors.
I love both of those ladies so much that you've already listed.
Yeah.
So
They're wonderful.
they really are.
I don't know. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Because we get to meet so many different people.
We
and so many
do.
different personalities, and I'm just like, God, I'm around.
That's
amazing
why
people.
I feel like I like to ask that question, just because we all have different experiences just in life in general, but especially in film. So the way that when we meet someone and stuff, all of our experiences are different. So I think it's a cool question to ask, because so many people have been, touched, not physically, like touched, like spiritually, emotionally, whatever, by, another human being. And then you're like, oh, wow, I didn't think of it like that. But both of them 100% love them too. So I could see that. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any fetishes?
A lot.
Yeah, let's hear them. But you have to say it in your sexy ASMR voice.
Ooh, so like the whisper. Are we talking just like this?
Yes, you
Just
have to
like
tell
this.
me all your fetishes. List them off right now.
Well, I love anal anything. It's my favorite. I love it.
Anal anything.
Anal anything.
That should be the title of a movie.
Anal anything.
Anal anything with Avery or AAA.
The amount of Avery anal alliteration, like titles and things I've like come up with.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
You're like, you guys don't understand. I need an anal showcase. I'm demanding an anal showcase here.
Please. Hello. No, I would love that, but no, I like butt stuff. I like feet. I like spit.
Love spit.
Love spit. So good. I'm trying to think. What else? I don't know. I have like a lot of fetishes, but the three top I want to say are spit, feet, and anal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very common ones.
Right.
Some people are like, that's not common. But it is.
It's very common.
Yeah. So I have some fan questions for you.
Ooh.
If you're down with answering some fan questions.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Let's see. At Carrie Cheer asks, how many podcasts have you been on?
I have not kept track. I've been on quite a few. Because I also like go to conventions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they always have like mini interviews there too, and we'll just like set up podcasts there too at like all the different traveling conventions. So I mean, I feel like I've done maybe not 100 yet, but somewhere between like 50 and 100. I'd feel.
God damn.
I feel like I do a lot of podcasts, a lot of interviews.
I feel like that question though is open-ended because it's to your own interpretation. Like you said at the conventions, like even like Exotica for an example, people do a walking podcast, but they're just
Right.
going around and like ask you
Asking-
2 questions and move on.
Right.
So
Does that
to me,
count?
it's like that's not a podcast, but it is an interview. So someone might put it in a mashup on their podcast. So,
Right.
but yeah. Okay. Well, you've been a very busy lady.
I'm trying to do more.
Okay, and then at DeBrain asks, what is the most adventurous thing you've done this year so far? I will backtrack that and say within the last 6 months, because since this
We're
year
brand new
just
into the year.
yeah, since this year just started, what's the most adventurous thing you've done so far in 6 months?
In 6 months, I'm trying to think. What has been the most adventurous thing? I don't know. Oh, I'm like, I guess that orgy at that party. that Thanksgiving. There was a Thanksgiving party orgy.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty adventurous. You're like, I'm here for the turkey, but also stuff me. Thank
Right?
you.
It's cute. I was like, look at all this food. And I was like, oh, what? An orgy?
You're like, yes. Okay, I will ask you one more. From at SKM Wenzo. What is her favorite moment in a scene? So what's your favorite moment in a scene? So I'm guessing what's something you love about every scene you do? I'll ask that question.
Just like in general, my favorite moment, like in scenes.
I'm gonna say coming, but like other than coming, what's
that moment where they hand you that paycheck?
Yeah. That's an awesome moment.
It's a pretty great moment.
When I hear the ka-ching sound
Right?
on my apps, I love that too.
That and like, honestly, I love pretty girls. I love taking photos.
Yeah,
And just to me,
it's fun.
It's a fun time. I get to put my music on and kind of like get in my zone and like get ready for the actual scene and like kind of hype up. And then, you know, if I'm shooting with a boy, usually the boys are just kind of like hanging out and they like get to watch me be like cutesy, you know. And I'm like, okay, this is like setting the tone for the sexy time. So that's a fun moment.
Sometimes they might be sitting there watching, honking themselves.
Exactly. You know?
And they're like,
Just put a little tease on for them.
you're like, yeah, you like that, don't you? Oh, yeah, you're gonna rip these clothes off.
Exactly.
I like that though. I've never actually, no one's ever answered that before. It's typically always like, hey, obviously coming.
True, but I mean,
There's so much more.
there's more. Well, I come a lot and I come easily. So I feel like for me, like that's a given. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna come no matter what.
Do you always come in every scene you've ever done?
Almost. Pretty
Yeah?
much probably almost. Almost. I'm easy.
Ah. You're like, I'm sensitive.
I'm so sensitive. Everything feels good.
So, what do you think for the next 5 years? You know, what do you have as far as goals or things that you want to do inside the industry or outside of the industry?
Within the next 5 years, I would like to be, well, within this next year, my goal for this year is I would like to be a millionaire. Within the next 5 years, I would like to be a homeowner. I would like to hopefully have my own production company up and going by then. And then hopefully I'll be a little bit more established, like in other porn scenes in other countries and kind of see what I can do in other countries.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you can travel about and be like, yeah, you know me.
Exactly. In an international hoe.
Yeah, I'm here. Who wants anal?
Basically.
So what's your sexual orientation? Would you say that you're straight, bi, gay?
I guess like pansexual. I'm attracted
Love
to any and everyone. It's just the
Yeah.
vibes.
Same.
Yeah, it's just it has to be the vibes.
The vibes and the hygiene.
That part.
It's the hygiene for me.
the hygiene and the vibes.
Like, if you're clean and you're like awesome and funny, like, what's up?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if
Exactly.
you are smelly and your vibes are bad, no.
It's so funny. I'm thinking about the last person I was in love with, and I was like, they were smelly and the vibes were bad.
Oh, that's nice. I'm sorry I sent you there. Like, you're like, God damn it. I didn't want to think about that today.
No, but it's okay because you see growth. Now we're at a place where we look forward to the good hygiene and the good vibes.
This is true. This is so true. What is the best compliment that you've gotten lately?
The best compliment lately? Trying to think. I don't know. Usually the comments are always just like, you're pretty. I get
Maybe
that a lot.
I could think of one. Kenzie Taylor telling you look like a beautiful businesswoman in your dress and heels.
Thank you.
I was gonna-
That was a good one. No one's really called me a businesswoman ever.
Well, you are a businesswoman, you know?
That is
we're
true.
we're businesswomen.
We're businesswomen.
I mean,
We're businesswomen.
we do the business and make the business.
Right?
Are the business.
Are the business.
What do you think people misunderstand about the adult industry the most? As far as people, you know, outside of the porn realm, what they misunderstand the most?
I think they just misunderstand like us in general. Like I kind of talk a lot about how I think the general public like has a hard time humanizing us because they've seen us come, you know, and that's not something normally, like I'm not going to go walk down the street and see everyone orgasming and like seeing everyone's most intimate moments down the street. So I feel like because we like allow them into that space and they kind of see something that we're not used to seeing from strangers, I think it's hard to see us as like real people, kind of.
But it's so weird if you think about it though, because everyone comes, everyone has our bodies were created to make human lives. Like they're created to fuck.
We're supposed to fuck.
Yeah,
our bodies are literally made to fuck, and everybody fucks, and that's literally how we were born.
Yeah. Like we just so happen to do it on film for your enjoyment.
Right.
I just my thing is like I just like to make people like happy. Like I know it sounds weird, but like it makes my fucking day sometimes when if I'm at like a convention or something and someone comes up to me. This happened to me actually recently at the last convention I was at. Not AVN, but Exotica before that. This couple came up to me and they told me how they started, he had started watching my videos. She had noticed that he was really watching a lot of my stuff. So she wanted to be more like involved and spice things up with him. So they started like trying new things together and watching my videos together and how they kind of like bonded sexually, but like changed their relationship for the better by watching my stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that. I'm like, I want to make people happy and make people like come, you know?
Right. We're just, you know, we're providing happiness.
Yes.
And
in all forms.
In all forms. And I get it. It's a little like, wow, sex. But like, we're still people.
Whoa.
Yeah. People are like, wow. And I talk to you a lot about how it's crazy to me that a lot of people, it's like this weird middle ground area where they like kind of don't see us. Like they see us as like these like superhuman creatures because we're like fucking on camera and doing all this wild shit, but then they also simultaneously like see us as subhuman because we're fucking on camera and I'm busting it wide open, you know? So like it's kind of like
we're busting it wide open. Okay?
And so I feel like people have a hard time with that. So I'm like, yeah, the misconception is like we're normal people. Like I swear we're not like these crazy like weird creatures.
I'm a human.
Truly. Like I'll hop on lives and everyone's like, wow, you're like a real person. And I'm like, yeah.
What do you think? I'm a robot.
Yeah, I'm gonna like unzip my skin suit and like crawl out and I'm like,
let me just unzip myself.
Yeah. Like, no, this is all you get.
That's hilarious. I never thought I want to use that one. The next time someone says some smart thing, I'm gonna be like, do you want me to unzip my skin? I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll crawl out of here.
Don't test me.
So what has been your like least favorite job to date that you've had where you're just like, I don't want to ever do that again?
Oh, retail.
Yeah.
Okay, so funny enough, working in adult retail, I loved that. That was fine. I can sell dildos all day, but
I know you got a funny story from that. You got
so many.
Okay, let's hear one. I know you've got any person I know that's worked in adult retail has at least one hilarious fucking story.
I want to talk about a musician you were geeking out about earlier. I have stories about him from the shop.
Really? Love that.
I feel so bad. I'm like so many celebrities, but I won't talk about them. But here, I'll tell you my funny story about why I quit the retail shop. Well, the sex shop. The last store I worked at was COVID happened, right? And we go into shutdown, and then we like we don't work for a little bit, and then they like open up everything again and we like go back to work. And so I'm like working in the middle of a pandemic and I was making content at the same time too, so I was like juggling both. And then there like came a day where it was just like everything bad happened on this one day.
Doomsday.
Yeah, it was like doomsday. It was like I remember like the toilet flooded in the back room, and then like a man came up and was like, hi, I would like to return a toy. And I was like, and he like pulls out a butt plug. and tries to hand it to me and is like, I would like to return this. And I was just like, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, you can't. You fucking can't. Throw it away and buy a new, whatever. And then I like walk away and I'm like cleaning up and I like put my hand down on a counter and put it in like something wet and mysterious that I didn't know what it was. And I was just like, we're in a pandemic and people are trying to hand me used butt plugs and I'm touching things and like I don't, at that point too we were like, is this the apocalypse?
Yeah.
So I was just like, no, I'm done, I can't anymore, and I had to quit.
Let's rewind to this butt plug. Was it out of the box, like used? Like he's just straight up handing this to you?
It was out of the box. Out of the box.
Ew,
I was just like,
no, sir.
Why?
Why?
Sir. People would try to return sex toys all the time, and I was just like,
after they use them?
That's the thing. We never know because we wouldn't take them back because we can't tell if you've used it or not.
Yeah. Unless it's like in a box and it's sealed.
Right. That's the only way. If it was like sealed and they come back with a receipt within like 24 hours so I could be like, oh, I remember you, like, sure. But usually it's like once you walk out the store with it, that's yours.
Yeah.
Like, legally, we can't really like take returns,
You're like, here's $20. Just buy a new one. Okay.
Right.
So let's hear a hilarious story. One more hilarious story. I love sex shop stories.
Love sex shop stories.
They're so funny.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think. So many. There's just so many stories. The sex shops they're so much fun though. I love them. I love seeing all the sugar babies and sugar daddies. I feel like it's just like part of sugar baby culture to see there. So, we'd see like the 80-year-old men kind of like stroll their way in there with their little like 19-year-olds fluttering around the store, just grabbing everything. And I was just there like, yes, girls, yes.
Yes.
Do it now. Like, drain him. So, it'd be so fun. They'd just be like, what do you think about this? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, you want that. Do you want to see the matching shoes, too? There's a matching fucking feather boa,
there's
too.
So many items. God, you would look so good in everything.
This would look great, too. That was the best.
Plus, I mean, you get a kickback, too, if you make, like, big sales, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So that's helpful.
It was great.
You're
great.
Like, I love this.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, girlies, please buy everything. So, yeah, I loved seeing all the sugar babies and sugar daddies and just all the cuteness.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
If I could live anywhere? Anywhere. I don't know. Like maybe somewhere in Europe, but that's the thing. I'm like, I've never really lived anywhere else, so I don't really know if I'd prefer anywhere else.
So what doors do you think being an adult film or content creating has opened for you?
It definitely opened the door to financial stability. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely like, I don't know, it's opened a lot of doors. I've done like some mainstream work that I've like gotten through connections through the adult industry.
Was it music videos or movies or
I like TV shows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. TV shows, different like YouTube shows. Probably like a couple music videos, but a few things here and there. What else? I mean, opportunities like this to meet cool people on their cool shows.
Being on a cool podcast called The Sauce.
Hell yeah.
Love that. But no, that's awesome though about the mainstream stuff because not everyone gets an opportunity to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's really cool.
It was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to more of that hopefully. And then adult also brought me to Europe. I've been out of the country now. Before adult, I didn't have my passport. I'd never really traveled anywhere. But it opened that door up for me of like getting out the country and seeing other places in the world. So,
where's your favorite place you've been so far?
Prague. Well, Prague's the only place I've been.
Okay. But still, it's out of the country.
It's out of the country. It's my one place out of the country.
You're like, I loved it.
It's amazing.
I want to go back. I'm going to move there.
Honestly, that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm ready to move there.
Okay, so long story short, I have done that before on a whim. Before my husband and I got married, I was like, I really want to move to Hawaii. Okay. I'm gonna look at houses. Okay. Hey, I like this house. All right. Hey, let's move to Hawaii. Get married, move to Hawaii, live there for 9 months, and then move back. But it was fucking insane traveling back and forth.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So I recommend not moving somewhere on a whim, really researching and making sure, because
I told myself I'll make it a 2-month move. I'll move for like 2-3 months max, and then come back and reevaluate. Like
I hear about a lot of people doing that, like going to Prague and then Budapest, I think is the other place. Yeah. So
I want to go there next, and Spain, and France, and London. I want to go everywhere.
London's my favorite. It's so good.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I forgot. There's another fan question that I thought was funny.
Ooh.
From it's at sarcastic BAKCHOD 2020. What's the most disgusting thing that's ever been inside of your mouth?
Mushrooms? I just don't like mushrooms. I think they're gross.
Like psychedelic ones or just the food?
The food ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think psychedelic ones are gross too, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
But the food ones.
Would you say it's hard to be in a romantic relationship with someone being in the industry?
I mean, I feel like it's hard for me to be in a romantic relationship with anyone, like, no matter what. Like, it was hard before the industry. It's hard in the industry. I'm sure it'll be hard after.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I think it'll get better. I have faith for you.
I'm actually really, really cool alone.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned to be okay with being alone, because I'm like, you know, when it's supposed to happen, it'll happen. When I meet someone, I'll meet them. Until then, I really, really like my peace.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody bothering me.
My sign is Cancer, so I have those moments where I love to just be alone.
Right? Water signs.
With my dogs.
We need that.
In my shell. Yeah. Are you a Cancer also, or what's your sign?
Pisces.
Okay. Yeah. Still water, though.
Still water.
Well, I would love it if you would share to everyone any big projects you have coming up, your social media, your websites. That way everyone knows where to find you and anything like that.
Well, I got a few shoots lined up. Some that I've been looking forward to for like ever, shooting with some companies and some performers that I've like been wanting to work with. But I won't give out too much details just because, you know, knock on wood type shit.
Can you say the names of the companies, or you can't?
I suppose I can. I just don't want to jinx it. You know, when you say it and then it all falls apart and doesn't happen anymore. But that's not going to happen to me.
No, it's not.
I'm going to be a part of my first, like, feature film for Digital Playground.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. My first, like... Like
their features are really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be cool. Yeah. I've been seeing them do shit all this past year, and I've been like, oh my God, that's so cool. So now I finally get to do some of that.
Have you got to be in feature films before, like where you've done actual acting and stuff, or are you mainly just sex scenes, gonzo type performer?
Mostly sex scenes, gonzo. I've done a lot of like scripted stuff for Brazzers, and then I've been like an extra in a few feature films, just like as background. So this will be my first time like actually having lines and a sex scene, and like
that's exciting.
Yeah,
I remember my first movie. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
I get to act and fuck,
right? It's gonna be great.
What else do you have coming up that you would like everybody to know? Anything awesome with your own content, or?
So as far as my own content, I mean, I'm slowly making plans to go back to Prague at some point this year. I'm going pretty soon, but I want to go a few times this year. But one of my plans is to go there for an extended time and just shoot like wild hardcore content out there for my own sites. So basically like all the stuff that Legal Porno shoots, I want to shoot a lot of that, a lot of the gangbangs, just a lot of
that's rough stuff.
Yeah.
But it's consensual, rough stuff.
It's all consensual and fun. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch my videos, again, I smile and giggle throughout the entire video,
so you can visually see you're enjoying it.
Exactly.
You're like, this is crazy.
It's at the point now where my fans are like, like there's a whole forearm up your butt. Like, can you look like you're in
They're
pain,
like,
please? Like, can you look like it's challenging? And I'm just like, no.
Yeah. You're like, who wants to put their other fist in there?
Exactly. So I'm very, very happy doing them. But,
Love that. And if you want to share your social media to everyone, that way they're able to follow you.
Yes. So I will say I have all my links, because I know socials get deleted all the time. So all my links is /Avery Jane XO. My Twitter is Avery Jane XO. My Instagram for now is Avery Jane Official. We all know how fickle Instagram can be, but for now, follow me on Avery Jane Official. This is the largest account I've ever had.
As long as you like pay attention to what you're posting, they usually are fine, but it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. The algorithm for a while just really, really did not like me. And now it's kind of chilled out, because I really don't be posting crazy stuff. It's just, when you have big titties, like everything looks inappropriate. So I'm just like,
I got flagged for posting like a bikini photo one time. It was just like bikini top, and I was just like smiling on the beach. I was like, oh, okay.
You're on the beach.
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to wear at the beach?
I was like, oh, what should I put on? A turtleneck? I don't know.
Right.
I'm in Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So
and
you
I'm
said,
on TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
Yes,
okay. What's your TikTok?
Avery Jane Official as well.
You like to do TikTok?
So I just started getting into TikTok. I was scared of it at first, because I feel like it's very much for like younger people. And I was just like, oh my God, I feel too old for this. Like, I don't understand it. But now I'm getting into it. I'm getting the hang of it. It's a lot of fun. It's cute. So yeah, I'm trying to build my TikTok up now.
I love that. Well, guys, be sure to follow her on Twitter and Instagram, and check her out on TikTok, and be on the lookout for awesome feature movie that she's going to be acting in. And doing awesome sex scenes too.
Yay.
And I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Hi, I'm Kenzie Taylor, and this is FEELZ by Kenzie Taylor. It's a water-based lubricant, vegan, cruelty-free, silky smooth, tasteless, and you're always gonna be wet. You can pre-order now by going to feelzbykenzie.com. Order it now.
What's the freakiest thing you've ever done?
Eating pasta in bed.
Not true. You licked my like
Oh, I did, but after I ate pasta in bed.
Why was that so freaky?
I don't know, it was a lot of sauce.